Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Battling the sun over here, but all good. Today we are going to do a crock pot meal, which are my favorites because they cook themselves and you just do your day, right? So today we're gonna do a chicken wild rice soup. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Erin Moore. I'm the founder of Success with More Nutrition, and anytime I'm doing these recipes, they're low FODMAP and gluten-free because I'm low FODMAP and gluten-free. So, and for those of you who don't need to follow those or don't even know what I just said, no problem. It's a super healthy, yummy meal. All right, so we're gonna get rocking and rolling. I already pre-chopped some things. So for those of you that are very new to the cooking world, a lot of my other videos literally show you how to chop the pepper, how to chop the zucchini, how to chop things, how to cut chicken, all that. I go into the details. But with this having like a few different ingredients in it, I just wanted to go ahead and pre-chop. So today we have some carrots and zucchini. So those are just gonna go right on in to the pan. I have some butter hanging out here. So we're gonna add the butter right into the pan. And then I've already gotten the chicken ready to go, so that's chopped. But again, if you're brand new to cooking, like I totally get it. I was so foreign to healthy cooking when I first got started. So check out my Chicken 101 video, I believe from back in December. That's gonna be super helpful, but I already got some chicken ready and chopped. So we're gonna go ahead and get that in there. I did go ahead and slice it into smaller pieces just because later we're going to shred it. And it's just easier to shred and easier to cook if it's not like a bigger piece. So just a little helpful tip there. The recipe calls for either Herbs de Providence, all right, or you can use fresh thyme, or not fresh, but thyme from the grocery store. You know, it's just another herb. Get it in a little bottle or get it in a tin like this. And so I'm going to go ahead and use the Herbs de Providence since I have it. But again, the thyme will work just fine. But both of them you should be able to find just fine in the grocery store. And then it does call for bay leaves. So you can get fresh bay leaves, or if you are like, okay, but I'm going to use 2 bay leaves and then I'm not like a big cooker, I'm not going to use a lot of things. I want to keep this simple for you guys, right? Everyday weight loss for everyday people. That's like the thing for me, right? Because I'm just an everyday person who figured out how to lose the weight. Went from a tight size 17 down to a 2. So right here in the little can, and again, just the regular spice jars, a lot of times you can find the dry bay leaves already ready to go. So you can just go ahead and put a couple of those in there. And then this wild rice blend. So if you're not low FODMAP, you don't have to be as specific, but if you are FODMAP, this is a blend that was recommended by a lady I like to follow that's super knowledgeable with the FODMAP diet, and she recommended the Lundberg Wild Blend. So that's what I go with, all right? Just found it at a regular Kroger grocery store. And so we're just gonna go ahead and put that rice right on in. All this stuff is just going to cook together on high for 4 hours, on low for 8 hours. And actually, I forgot I need to speed up my cooking time, so I'm going to switch it over to high. For those of you who have no issues with what kind of chicken stock or chicken broth you use, just go ahead and grab your favorite or whatever's there. For those of us that are gluten-free, you can find a lot of gluten-free, but a lot of times for those that are FODMAP, they'll still have ingredients like natural flavorings and things like that that we just can't have. So I did do some research, and although this one says natural flavorings, it is gluten-free and it's been tested, and it's a low FODMAP approved chicken broth. So this is Swanson, and I heard people going all around the world to try to find it at their local grocery stores. I searched where I could find it, and it's actually at Walmart. So there you go. Walmart came through this time with something that we need on our healthy, very restrictive diet. So I'm just gonna add in both of these into the container, but I won't make you guys just sit here and watch me. But I'm gonna put both of those in, and then it's gonna cook for 4 hours. basically I'm going to come back on. For you, it's going to be seconds. For me, it's going to be 4 hours. We're going to add a little bit of egg yolk to it, which is going to make it super kind of creamy. And then just kind of do the final touches and the final steps where we add some lemon and all that good stuff. So, but that just sits, that part stays. We cook that for 4 hours, and then we do the next step, or 8 hours. If I had the time, I'd just let it sit all day for 8 hours. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, so we're back. So everything's been cooking for about 4 hours now. One thing I forgot to tell you was that you then add a little bit of water in. So right after I stopped recording, I just added the water in because I forgot to do that. So that's just a step that you'll want to make sure that you add in. And of course, just if you want the recipe, type recipe in the comments below. I'll get that right over to you, and it will include the water, so hopefully you'll remember. So at this step, guys, our stuff is boiling hot. We're ready to go. I went ahead and I cracked some eggs because we are just going to whisk these up. Maybe I'll actually whisk it. No, I'll just use a fork. So we're going to whisk these up real quick, and then we're going to add some of the broth from the crock pot into here, because if we were to dump this right in, that it would actually start cooking up. And we're going to use this to really just kind of give it a creamier texture, add a little bit more to it. So we're just going to kind of slowly just mix in a little bit of this broth to get that mixing in, getting it going. It's still just all eggy, nice and liquidy. Just add just a little bit more in. And so as we're doing that, we're going to kind of get that mixed in, and then we'll be able to add it in and kind of start stirring it around in here. So then we'll kind of go in here, and we'll be able to mix that in, keep it moving around. Seeing all this chicken and rice, all this yumminess, guys. Oh, it looks so good, so yummy. I'm excited. All right, guys, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start taking out the chicken. And a lot of times with the crock pot recipes where we want the chicken shredded, it ends up so moist from the crock pot, I don't even really have to take it out to shred it. But for this, we're just gonna go ahead, and I usually just take 2 forks, use one to kind of hold it down, and use the other to pull against. And as you can start to see, it's just starting to shred right up on its own. I mean, you could just kind of wiggle it and it'll start to go into shredded pieces. So, you know, you're just getting it shredded so that when you're having this nice yummy bowl, you just got some shredded chicken in there. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna push pause for a minute, and I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna shred up all the chicken. Each piece that I do, I'm just basically putting it back into the mix. I'm gonna get another piece out, gonna shred it up. I'm just gonna do that a few times over, and then we'll be right back to close this out and add some lemon. All right, guys, so we're back. Chicken shredded up. Everything's mixed in here. It smells and looks delicious. I'm super excited. So the final steps are that we just take some freshly squeezed lemon. And don't worry, if you don't have freshly squeezed lemon, then use your lemon juice. But have the fresh squeezed lemon that I squeezed out before we popped on here. Mix all of that in, and then we're almost done, guys. Then we're just gonna scoop ourselves out a bowl, and we are going to top that off with some Parmesan cheese. And if you want to get a little bit even more extra fancy, you can top that off with some parsley and make it look all good. I just wasn't ready for it yet, but you can get some fresh parsley too. But sprinkle that on, which it's not sprinkling well for the demo, so we'll just go like this, and voila. I'm super excited and ready for dinner. Guys, hope this helped. Again, if you want the recipe, just pop that you want the recipe in the comments. I'll get that sent over to you right away through Messenger. If you have any questions, comments, whatever, just comment below. Let me know if you're gonna make this recipe. It's always fun to know what's going on out there. Likes, comments, loves, all that good stuff. And guys, just remember, keep healthy simple. Have a good one. Bye-bye.